Today on the Quiet Impact Podcast, we will be talking about something that comes up in almost every session I've had with emerging leaders and with entrepreneurs that I coach. And it's something that's super important, and it typically comes before confidence. One of the things that I heard a lot was be more confident. If you could just be more confident, be more confident. Well, most of the time, courage comes before that. And the repeated courage allows you to become confident. Remember that cowardly lion, how he found his bravery? So can you. We're going to be diving into some simple, relatable ways that you can tap into your natural strengths, enable you to take some steps that are courageous, and maybe, just maybe, even have a little fun along the way. Get ready for some real talk. Welcome to the Quiet Impact Podcast, where we nurture the journey of introverts who desire to achieve greater levels of influence, income, and impact. The go-to podcast for introvert achievers just like you, seeking purpose-driven growth. I am your host, Stephanie Oden. Have you ever desired to have a mentor whisper success secrets into your ear? One with firsthand experience as a six-figure corporate leader, expertise in entrepreneurship, and is an introvert? Tune into each episode where we will provide valuable insights into how introverts can effectively navigate life with full-time jobs, pursue career success, and delve into entrepreneurship. We will explore various business and career topics related to self-discovery, achieving success, and finding joy in the journey. My guest and I share real-life experiences, strategies, tools, and resources that will encourage personal and professional growth, self-empowerment, and living an authentic, purposeful life. Let's get into today's episode. We're not shy. We're not timid. We're not needing to be fixed. We are an introvert, and that is our superpower. Introverted. AFF. Absolutely fabulous and feisty. As an introvert entrepreneur specifically, one of the things that was a challenge for me when I started out was confidence. Everybody would say, be confident. Just be more confident. Just go out there and be more confident and talk to more people. And I challenge that because for me, and especially if you're an introvert, I want you to weigh in on this. For me, before confidence, I actually needed to be courageous. So before confidence, I had to be courageous. So that's what I want to hone in today and share with you. After courage, we can be more confident. I share from my experience. Let's explore how you can actually sum up, right, your inner courage as an introvert entrepreneur. What I've seen on my journey is a lot of the tips and tricks and all of that seem to be very loud. I call it very jazz hands. Woo! And that wasn't my style. I needed something different. So I decided to be that different. What are some of the ways you can be courageous as an introvert entrepreneur? Like, how do you step into that space of courage? I have been corporate senior manager. I've been a brick and mortar business owner. I've been a network marketing affiliate marketer. I've stepped in multiple shoes, and these are the things that have been common areas that I found to be able to tap into your courage as an introvert entrepreneur. First of all, embrace the things that you are afraid of. I'm not saying feel the fear and do it anyway. I don't necessarily agree with that either. I'm somewhat controversial at times. Is acknowledge that it's there, because one thing I have learned about fear is once you call it out, it tends to lose like fear is a coward. Once you call it out, it loses some of its power. And then you can start to use that as a stepping stone to where you want to be. Another way to tap into your courage is schedule in baby steps, micro movements. And as you tap into those, celebrate them. Celebrate. Today you did 1. Tomorrow you do 5. Each one of those is a micro step to you being successful. Celebrate that, because in the brain, introverts, we spend a lot of time thinking, reflecting. We really are good at that. As you celebrate these victories, it creates a ripple effect in your subconscious that helps you redefine your potential. It helps you to tap into, well, the last time I was courageous and I took this micro step, she really liked it and she celebrated. Woo, woo, woo. Let's fire them off, buddies. Let's figure out more ways that we can tap into being courageous. One of my favorite methods, and I've gotten more and more into this over the years, is to use visualization. Really envision yourself. Again, since we're going to spend time in our mind anyway, let's paint the picture that works for us. So envision yourself standing boldly in front of the thing that you want. Like, see it, feel it, and do this mental rehearsal. You know, I'd heard that before, but I wasn't really sure of what it was. I thought, what in the world is this mental rehearsal? Here's how I define the mental rehearsal. It's taking an element of that success. Maybe you see your sales over the season or your next promo. You see it as being successful. What does that look like? What does that feel like? Is there gratitude? Is there joy? Is there peace? Is there exhilaration? And you start to feel that. And you see that picture in your mind. And you keep putting that picture in your mind. We start to look for it. And it starts to come. Okay. At the same time, release the hold on a very driven, step-by-step outcome. Hold the dream, hold the vision, but release the ability to let it happen as it needs to happen. First we introvert, and then we take over the world. Like this one, it's a dance. I dance with the edges of my comfort zone. I am not one that says, get out of your comfort zone. I know I have taught it to, I have said it, I've spouted it, and no more. The comfort zone for many introverts is the place of excellence. And the way to really expand as an introvert entrepreneur is to test those edges. Dance with it. Embrace it as you expand that growth zone. There is a place of comfort and there's a place of, oh crap. And in between the comfort and the oh crap, that's the place where you can map something you're successful with and something you're not quite sure, and you can dance with them together. And you can test it, see what works, and keep adding to that and making that a growth zone. So you test that, you start to tap into your courage. That's another way for you to embrace your courage as an entrepreneur that's more of an introverted entrepreneur. Call the moments that you have been victorious. And you have been brave. And it doesn't necessarily have to be the business part of it, but look at where you've been brave in other things, in other areas. I call those lion-hearted moments, where you've stood up and you talked, where you did a live, where you introduced yourself in an environment and you were still nervous. Tap into the moments that you were lion-hearted. Because what this will allow you to do as you embrace being courageous is it's going to allow you to believe, like your belief will start to show up, and you'll start to believe that you are capable of even more than you have done in the past. Have a hype squad. I'm not saying fluff squad. I'm not saying people that tell you everything is great and you're like the emperor with the emperor's new clothes where your butt is hanging out. No, I'm not talking about that. I am talking about curating a circle and surrounding yourself with others who notice your little steps of courage. And when they see you being courageous, they drop you a little note. They say, hi, good job. There's someone that you can reach out to and say, okay, I'm thinking I'm going to be a little courageous today. Push me out there. Or in one case, I was doing a speech for this community, and oh my gosh, I was super nervous. And I had a person in my circle that said, Stephanie, breathe, you got this. This is your time. This time, you're set apart for this time. Another way to nurture and embrace your courage is to understand this. Your courage is a marriage between being vulnerable and taking action. At the same time, giving yourself compassion, because it is brave to step into areas that are not comfortable. It is brave to step into that path of being courageous. You want to be able to give yourself and practice self-compassion so that you can navigate at your own pace. And part of this is being an introvert. Some of it is not. This is being an entrepreneur. The first step to success is realizing and allowing yourself to navigate challenges at your own pace and realize that you're running your own race, and that how you do it, though their pathway might be a guideline, you may not do it that way. And that is okay. Another one, embrace your strengths. One of the things that I know is there are multiple ways of being an introvert. Some introverts are great in front of people, some are not. Okay. Some introverts are deeply reflective, some are not. Some extroverts have introverted tendency, some don't. Realize you bring unique skills. Our ability to listen, our empathetic nature, and our reflection. Like, celebrate those strengths. Know what your strengths are. Do your best not to lay it up against someone else. Know your strengths, because that's going to be one of your lighthearted moments where you tap into your strengths and you go do the dang thing. And then the last one, when it comes to leaning into courage as your step to confidence, as you become a more successful entrepreneur. You may have heard it. I'm going to say it anyway. Seek support and mentorship. Get in a community, get support, get mentorship, get a coach, connect with other introverts and mentors who get you, who understand you, because their insights can give you some perspectives that can also reinforce your self-assurance. And as I sum it up, thinking about us being introvert entrepreneurs, don't underestimate the power of one courageous act. How can you be more courageous than you were yesterday? How can you do the dance of courage
more today than you did yesterday. I will leave you with this. What is one courageous step that you can take today that will move your business forward?
Thank you for joining us on this episode of the Quiet Impact Podcast, where we looked at how tapping into your inner courage can be a game changer for you and some practical ways that you can actually lean into yours. I promise you are more courageous than you give yourself credit for. Remember to go to my website, grab your copy of the Success Pillars for Quiet Achievers. It's a resource that's designed for you to give you some transformative tools to help you on your journey. If you enjoyed this episode, don't keep it to yourself. Remember, like it, subscribe, and share it. It's been an absolute pleasure to be with you today. And thank you for watching, listening, and subscribing, and embracing your quiet strength with us.